So far, so good for young Stetson Blaylock. After setting down Scott Martin in the quarterfinals, he now stands just one match away from the Ultimate Match Fishing Championship. To get there, he'll first have to overcome a red-hot Randall Tharp. The battle lines have been drawn. One angler will advance, the other will head home. With a spot in the championship matchup for grabs, anything can happen. The first Ultimate Match Fishing semifinal starts right now.
Yes! Yes! Yo! Unbelievable. Woo! Baby! What? Fish on. It's a big one, too.
From Wilson Lake in Florence, Alabama, I'm Joe Thomas along with Fish Fishburne, and this is Ultimate Match Fishing. Today, Fish, the semifinal round begins. But I want to tell you something. The last match was so exciting, I lost my voice.
I know, you know, Joe, these guys aren't rock stars, but it's like being at a rock concert watching these guys, especially Stetson Blaylock. He is a cat in a boat. He's fast, he's mechanically inclined, he's a casting machine. He's in, he's out, he's up, he's down, he's calling, watch him. But Randall Tharp,
really calm, just the opposite.
The Okeechobee man. He got here so easily because he's so good on the Big O, but now we're in Alabama. Can Randall Tharp pull off another round here? I think so. He's laid back, he's cool. This will be a really fun afternoon watching these guys.
Yeah, and the big money round is really cranking it up right now. But you know what that means? Strategy is important, and so is the coin toss.
Stetson, Randall, you know how important the coin toss can be. Who's going to call it?
I will.
Call it in the air.
Heads.
It is tails. Your lucky streak continues. 2 and 4, 1 and 3.
Good luck, Bob.
It's showtime. Let's take it to the lake.
Good luck, Stetson.
Yep, let's get them.
All right, man.
Randall's a great angler. His rookie year on tour was actually my rookie year on tour, and we competed for Rookie of the Year all year long. Fortunately, I got him at the end, but he's probably looking for revenge today. He's a great angler.
You know, I don't know him that well. I mean, I've always known him as a competitor, and I'm looking forward to spending the day in the boat with him.
All right, boys, semifinal round. Let's get it going on your first cast.
All right, let's do it.
Well, the way it works is the first cast starts the clock. The guy has a free run time when he's in control of the boat in the first quarter. Randall Tharp has pulled up on a place we have not seen any of the competitors fish in the previous matches. Pretty interesting. Remember, he's practiced, so this could be a hot spot.
Yeah, this spot, it looks like crap. I guess it just looks like crap to me because I ain't got anything to fish. I mean, look, I can hit the rocks with my rod. Oh, well.
Oh, come on, baby, bite that thing.
He's got me, oh, the boat's about 7.5 feet off the bank, so really isn't a whole lot for me to do. I mean, I'm kind of just stuck back here, but hey.
Unbelievable. Talking about the fact that he's
Golly, come off.
Oh, he lost it.
Man, I'm sorry.
He was talking about the fact that he was only about 7 feet off the bank. Wow. There was nothing he could do. He pitched that big popper up there, and a nice one ate it.
Dude, he sprayed line all the way up.
And he pulled him down under the rocks, and he lost it. That was a good fish. That would have been huge starting the morning.
If she would have came over the concrete, I would probably had her, but she took off right back under the concrete with it, and I never had a shot.
Do you really think that Stetson is relaxed in the back of the boat? No, but he said he was. The thing is these guys are going to kind of go back and forth psychologically with one another just to get the upper hand. But when Stetson gets control of the boat, he'll be flying around, firing under docks, picking it apart. Kid's a great fisherman.
Randall's going to catch him. I have faith in him. He's a good angler, and he knows what he's doing.
Fish on. It's a good one. Yep, #1 in the boat, Randall Tharp. I am a little surprised at how slow it has been this morning for Randall Tharp. We don't have any wind today, and that is one of the variables that typically help a chatterbait, and that's what he's throwing.
Randall, cast before that was way over his line.
Over his line, or?
That's your warning.
It was over his line, really?
Literally.
Was it, Stetson?
I wasn't paying attention, man. I'm just fishing.
Okay, and the conversation continues with Mr. Referee. Randall typically just says okay and goes on, but he's trying to figure out exactly what he did wrong because the cast he made
Goes on out.
I'm going to say it wasn't over the line, but who am I? I'm not wearing stripes. He goes to Stetson for his opinion. Stetson's not going to give an opinion. He doesn't want to upset him any more than he already did, because the last time he made a comment, he caught a fish on him.
His line was like in that corner, and I just threw like short of it.
Wrong again, Randall.
I think it's a conspiracy here. I mean, he's like setting me up to throw over his line.
I'm telling you, dude, I don't play that game.
Did you see him? He was waiting. I mean, it was. I mean, there is definitely something going on. I mean, what are you and Randolph? How much money do you paying him?
Give me some credit. I wouldn't do that to you.
Ultimate Match Fishing is presented in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort.
Right now we're past the halfway point in this first quarter, and I heard crickets. I heard tick-tock. I mean, Randall Tharp has not got it going. I don't know if it's the fact that the wind is laid down. Really, this cold front's starting to pass, but regardless, he's only got one bass in the boat. And one other thing we're seeing is young Stetson Blaylock kind of playing with Tharp a little bit, trying to get inside of his head, which really surprises me.
You know, it doesn't matter if I catch 5 pounds or 25 pounds. I mean, all that matters is if I beat the guy in the boat with me. And that's one cool thing about this format, is that when we go to work every day, that's normally not the case.
Fish on. Good one. Oh, in the floor.
Randall, you landed on the floor, not on your deck.
2 tenths?
Yes, that is your first penalty. That's your first deduction.
Dadgummit, I cannot fish clean. Makes me so mad.
You know, Randall Tharp's had a tough morning. He did catch a second largemouth there. It wasn't a big one, small fish, but talk about frustration. He swings him in. It doesn't touch his casting platform first. It lands in the bottom of the boat. Whistle sounds, 2 tenths taken off that fish. So more frustration, but they'll come back. They're the pros.
That it? Gotta be it.
That's it.
See, when I'm done with my period Blaylock, I have nothing to fish with. I don't have a crankbait anymore. My chatterbait's completely torn up.
Hey, I gotta admit, it was fun to watch. With him only having 2, I felt pretty good, but I knew that, you know, he was gonna have another chance. So I knew I needed to go out there and mine and try to get 5. And that was my goal, is to go out there in the second quarter, get 5 keepers, no matter how big they were, and then put the pressure back on him to go catch more. We ready to go?
This is going to be very interesting.
Game on.
And I'm sorry, Randall, it's looking tough on you.
It might get fun before this is done.
Wham, bam, catching them as fast as you can.
So funny, you are, so funny.
Whatever.
I'm just on the back of the boat.
Back of the boat, another fish. Unbelievable.
Randall Tharp out of the back of the boat, just as we pulled in, makes a long cast through the gator grass, swim jig, connect, bass number 3.
The second quarter is now underway, and Stetson Blaylock jumped across to the south side of the lake. He burned about 5 minutes off the clock, but immediately upon stopping, Randall Tharp made a long cast into a grass bed and caught a good keeper. Not the way Stetson wanted this one to start. Oh my gosh.
How in the crap? I think I fished a little bit too fast to start out with, but there's a perfect speed there. You get in a groove, you make the right cast, trolling motor set just right, and it took me a little bit to get in that groove.
This one could be keeper. Yeah, I think it is. Right out of the back of that pocket.
There's a keeper. Good job, man.
Right now, just getting on the board could be big for Stetson Blaylock.
Talk about a little inconspicuous fish landing. That Blaylock caught that fish, nobody even saw it. He cast down the side of that dock, hooked him. He was kind of in tight quarters on the short side of the boat. Grind, wind, flink, flonk, throw the cold tag on him, bass number 1. Good job, Stetson.
My main thing is covering water with that chatterbait. I think you get the bigger bites on it right now for some reason, and I really feel confident with that bait in my hand.
Fish going back in the boat. Might be a keeper. Yep, that's gonna be a 12-incher.
Never touched.
Front of the seat.
The seat, man. The back of it?
Front of the seat.
Oh, come on, Mark.
It's wet.
Dude, I mean, it never touched anything. That's why I jerked it back up.
It hit you first before it went down. The front of the seat is out of play, though.
I will never, I mean.
I think Randall has an authority figure problem. Fish on front of the boat.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's a big one.
Big fish. Big fish. This could play huge right here. It's probably the biggest one we've seen so far on Wilson Lake.
Oh, man,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Giant bass from
Yes.
Stetson Blaylock. That is a kicker. That one is a kicker. He just totally erased Randall Tharp stringer with that one fish right there. He is in the game.
That's what we're after right there.
Good job, man.
I'm putting the tag on that one. I'm gonna call this one later. Every time you're out there, you're looking for the biggest bites you can get. You need 5 of them. But in this format, you don't have enough time to really worry about getting 5 big ones. You just gotta get a limit. And when you get a bite like that right off the bat in your quarter, it really slows you down, settles you down. Like I said, it's good as 2 fish. So you kind of look at it, a big one like that will go a long ways no matter what. That's what I'm looking for. 5 of those is not out of the question. That's the deal. That's the whole thing. That's what I'm after.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yes! That's what we're after right there.
The seat, man. The back of it? Oh, come on,
I think
Mark.
Randall has an authority figure problem.
You got it. Oh, my gosh.
You gotta be kidding me, twice.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Randall, I wouldn't have done that to you, dude.
Fish on.
Come on.
Randall, if that one keeps, it'll be a penalty.
If I throw it back, is it a penalty?
No, it is not. If you throw it back, it is not a penalty. But if it keeps, it's a penalty.
For the rest of the day.
Yeah, the rest of the
I'm
day.
trying to bargain with him. I'll take 2/10.
Okay, then. It's going to be 2/10 for landing on the floor.
Fish on. Good keeper. Starting to get him to eat that chatterbait now.
Just about brought them to even weights with Stetson's fish that we are estimating at 5 pounds. So now Randall Tharp's thinking, oh man, this guy's on fire, and he's missed. He's told us 10 fish have come up on the bait and just not eating it.
You can really feel the momentum change here. So Blaylock, he's starting to get him to bite. He's getting him in the boat. He's got 3. Tharp still has 5, but these guys are dead even weight-wise right now. But again, as far as momentum, you're seeing the young guy take control right now.
You knew it when you threw it. It's your warning, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we got it. I mean, that thing hit the water. He twitched it twice.
It's a freaking big one, too.
And this is a giant bass here. This is a game maker. Stetson Blaylock.
I think it's a big smallmouth. Yep.
The fish really didn't make that big a boil when it hit, but now you can see it's a really big bass. Yep, big smallmouth.
Golly, broke
You know,
my
that's
rod.
so exciting. I almost set the hook myself. I watched the whole thing go down. I saw the bait hit the water, saw him engage his reel, drop his rod, and 2 twitches, and that thing ate it. I saw the whole thing.
What? It's a smallmouth. You gotta love that. We have not seen many smallmouth in previous rounds. An oddity, but very good for him.
He's at least 13 now, and I figure I got 7.
You think he really does have 13 with only 4 bass?
Yeah.
I'm telling you something, Mark, he's making it look easy right now. I mean, he really is.
He's on a roll.
He's on a roll. He's down to just a few minutes left in his quarter. That gives him 5. I mean, 2 big ones. It's going to be hard to beat him.
You know, both of these guys felt very confident when we left the dock this morning that they could catch a limit. I think that Randall Tharp figured his limit would come in his first period. He's made up the ground. They both do have a limit. We're getting ready to see halftime come up, and then it's going to be back to Randall to really try to capitalize if he wants this thing to go 4 quarters.
To get a limit was huge. With him catching them like he did and getting 2 or 3 behind me and finishing his limit behind me, I really needed to catch him mentally, but also, you know, to help my stringer, because I really didn't want to fish that 4th quarter. Now what?
End of the period.
Well, there's the end to a great first half. Randall Tharp's going to have control of the boat, and you know what's going to happen? The fishing is going to get better.
When we got into the 3rd period, I was thinking, now, you know, I can 3-pounder him to death. I'm gonna catch 15 pounds.
And leave me one more good one.
You don't need any more damn good ones. I'm freaking tired of watching you catch big ones.
Oh,
Doing the math in my head, honestly, his fish were probably not as big as I was guessing. I really felt like he had 13 or 14 pounds, and really, in reality, probably didn't have that.
He's in control, though. I just got to sit back here and try to milk one out.
Got it. Fish on.
Pretty good fish, too.
Yep, this will call for sure. He's got a couple of just bare keepers, and this is a big deal right now. He needs to land this bass. Yep, yes. In the boat.
On the front deck, too.
And legally, too, I might add.
I thought about that one.
Good job.
I can only imagine the amount of pressure that Randall Tharp is feeling right now, knowing that he's got to catch up to Stetson Blaylock before the 4th quarter. And that's a significant start right there. Just a couple of minutes into the period, and he's got a nice 2.5-pounder in the live well, and he's going to cull up at least a pound.
That creek I ran to after that happened, I mean, I knew had a bunch of quality fish in it. You know, I'd practiced in there and got bites in there. So that's why I knew there was good fish in there. I just figured it'd be a good place to go do it. I mean, I cannot see them. I saw that one, but the better ones I mean, it was sunny and calm and this water was clear when I found them.
Fish on. Uh-oh.
Ultimate Match Fishing is presented in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort.
Got it. Randall Tharp is in control of the boat, and literally his destiny at this point. This is a big deal right now. He needs to land this bass.
Tharp scores. This is really going to elevate his limit.
Yes.
Well, the first thing is I knew where I could go catch one, and I did.
I can only imagine the amount of pressure that Randall Tharp is feeling right now, knowing that he's got to catch up to Stetson Blaylock before the 4th quarter, and that's a significant start right there.
And it definitely helped me. You know, the downside was he turned right back around and really helped his cause, because he threw back he caught a really nice one.
Fish on. Uh-oh, this is bad for Randall Tharp. There's one of the better fish that he was talking about. Stetson Blaylock's gonna cull. That's gotta hurt. That's just gotta hurt.
You know, he was already up on me, but it hurt. I mean, it really did. I mean, I was getting beat and I didn't like it.
Good call.
It really made me I gotta go catch a 5-pounder.
We're down to 27 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. It amazes me that Randall Tharp has come into a long no-wake zone. My only thinking here is maybe, just maybe, he's located a big fish on a bed, or he marked one in practice. You can feel the screws tighten every second.
I was trying to process everything that I had learned during my match and during practice, and pick an area where I could spend the rest of the match that would give me an opportunity to win.
Fish on. Good one.
Yes, Tharp cranks on a big smallmouth. Remember, they got to be 14. That fish is at least 15 or 16 inches long. It's a 3+ pound fish.
I need to see 2 more of those before I get too worried. Mentally, it was all about, do I have enough?
Mark, did you notice that when Randall Tharp was culling, Stetson Blaylock was leaned over looking at every single fish? He wants to know exactly what the weights are.
Yeah, he got a good look at them too. I'm sure it's running through his mind how many more he's going to catch before he has to start worrying about not being able to set him down in the fourth.
Yeah, and he just wants to be able to make an intelligent decision. That's kind of cool. This kid's on top of his game.
And when he caught that big smallmouth in that third quarter, I really started wondering, you know, I knew I had 2 small ones in there, but I knew he had 2 or 3 small ones in there as well. So if he would have caught one more 3-pounder, I would have definitely fished. That key fish that I caught out of the back though really calmed me down, slowed me down. Getting a good bite in the back, that fish could play really, really big role in this match.
That's the end of the third period. I suck.
That's the end of the third quarter. Fishburn's over in the boat with both our anglers right now, and Stetson, he's got a decision to make.
Thank you, Joe. Do you have enough to fish a fourth is the question that we're going to ask this guy. What's the weight looking like? Come on.
I mean, he's definitely got me right now. So, I mean, I would love to fish some more, but I certainly understand, you know, if he wants to call the match, I mean, that's probably what I would do. And, I mean, looks like he's in the finals if he calls it. So,
dude, he's a little older than you. Let's fish.
You know, I would absolutely love to, but he's already won an event this year, and I would love an opportunity to win this thing. I think I've got enough. I'm gonna call it a day, go back, get stuff ready for the finals, and hey, it is what it is.
Do what you can do. We're heading back to Florence right now to make this thing official.
I knew without a doubt that what he would do, and I don't blame him a bit.
Well, I knew I had a big fish, and you know, I felt really good at making that decision, but then as soon as you say, that's it, your mind starts telling you you made the wrong decision. Even though you know what you've got and what he's got, it's still tough to call.
Well, our first semifinal match is in the history books, and Fish, it was a good one
today. It was a great match. Not so much for you, sir, but you know what it boiled down to? One big bite. What, a 5 1/4? Awesome fish, and you know what it did to you, buddy? It turned the momentum. You saw him change, and what was up? You called a couple of pretty key penalties. If he had caught, what, a 2.5 or 3-pounder there at the end?
Could have played.
Dude, I'm proud of you both. You made it this far. Looks like we have one guy going on, and from Alabama, which makes it that much worse. It's okay. It's okay. He dominates Okeechobee, and I'm sure we'll be back. Florence, what a great place. What a great lake.
You know, Randall, we loved having you here. You've played the game hard, but we got to send you packing. Stetson, with 13 pounds and some change, you're going to be the first angler to advance to our championship. Congratulations. Hey, I'm Joe Thomas. It's been a great one. Hope you've enjoyed it. And here's this week's match-changing moment. Big fish, big fish. This could play huge right here. It's probably the biggest one we've seen so far on Wilson Lake.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yes.